couple of days ago, the CNN was telling about that Trump announced that in the next 24 hours there will be the how it how did they call this? The super liberation something in the Hormuz?
Oh, Project Freedom?
Yeah, Project Freedom. And it's laughable because
Wait, did you
when
just say
you go,
super? Did you just say super liberation? That's I love.
yeah,
Okay, okay, all right, okay, all right, okay.
yeah, so it's pathetic and laughable because they are leaning on some source that nobody knows who is that. And like, why would somebody officially go in media and say, "Oh, take a look at your clock. In the next 24 hours, we will begin the operation." Yeah. Also, go and tell them the names of the pilots. Yeah, and like all the world-appointed all the self-appointed experts were, "Oh, Trump is going to make an operation in the next 24 hours," and all this clickbait stuff. And then people like, "Oh, 24 hours passed, but no operation." Like, why people still buying this bullshit? CNN reported.
I don't know what you're saying, but I didn't see. Are you saying people? I didn't see anybody saying that there's going to be military operation in the next 24 hours for certain by any of these media. Did you see? I don't know what you're referring to.
I don't know. Maybe it's just my guilty pleasure on following the Russian-speaking segment because people in Israeli bloggers, some Ukrainian bloggers that speak on politics. Look, I don't know. They are just completely messing up with understanding what's going on in America. Likewise, experts in America don't understand what the heck is going on in Israel or Ukraine or Russia or other post-Soviet countries, but they're it's just embarrassing to watch them.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next person.
Okay, Amy is next. Is there an Amy? Okay, I'm gonna go to myself next, and then we'll come back if she comes back. This isn't from me. I just noticed in the beginning of the show, Rebecca shared a video, and I wanted to bring attention to it. It's a version of in Persian, if you know that song. The chorus is still in Hebrew, but everything else is in Persian. It's about Iran.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, this is great. Is this copyrighted? Can I play it? I can play it. I'm gonna play it. Okay. So this is. Can you explain to people who might not know? Like, this is a famous song in Israel, right? So can you?
Credit to Rebecca. Yeah. So they talk about all the people that are supporting Hamas and so on, and then they're like, this name Kol Kalbi Jomo, which means every dog has its day. You're gonna get what you deserve. So yeah, it's. I think this is intended to be the same thing about all the, and I don't want to say dogs because I like dogs. All the kalbs of the Islamic Republic.
Okay, let me actually share it now. I think this is going to be good. Hopefully, YouTube is not going to, because I'm sharing on both StreamYard and on School, so sometimes it gives me some difficulty. So let's play this. If it does want to play, I don't know if it want to play here. Oh my god. Oh, what? Wait, hold on. Because all right, it's not pausing. Let me. Do you guys see that thing on their? Okay, that logo. That's Savak. That's the Savak logo on their coats. Okay, so let me actually go stop sharing. Hold on, stop sharing over here, and then share the screen instead. So what are we saying? Ask your question again. That was amazing. Holy crap, that was amazing.
At the end,
Wow.
what was he saying about all these last few people? Is it every cutlet has its day?
Yeah, soon these people will die as well. Soon there's going to be cutlet. And you saw Shamkhani, he removed his head because apparently his body was found headless. So that's why he removed the head. Oh my God. Wait, you said Rebecca shared this with you?
Yeah, Rebecca
Oh.
put this in the chat at the beginning of the show, and I just saw it.
That
recently.
is amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Holy,
Yeah.
that was
So
fantastic.
thank her, don't thank me.
Thank both of you. Thank amazing.
I realized that the Hebrew parts are identical to the original song. So just be aware. I don't know if it's copyrighted or something.
Wait, I'm gonna try to share this on the show. Oh, by the way, Ali, I haven't forgotten. I need to share Ali's video on the show as well. But can you just give me like one liner regarding the original song so I could explain what the hell for people who don't know the Israeli version?
You mean what the original version was about?
Yeah, the original Israeli song. This is the Persian version of it.
I mean,
but it's just
it was basically the same one, except instead of about the Islamic Republic, it was about Hamas and so on.
Hamas. Okay.
Let me. So it had in that last bit, it had Nasrallah, Muhammad Def, Khania, and then Abu Baklava, which means just Abu, like random Arab guy. And then in a slightly less tasteful line, it had Bella Khadid, Dua Lipa, and Mia Khalifa. That's who the song was originally about. But the idea is basically the same.
Wow. I don't know. Do you think I could show this on air, or would I get copyright?
So I would be very careful about the Hebrew parts because they're identical to the original song, and I don't know if the original song is copyrighted. But I would be shocked if the English or Persian parts were bad.
Yeah, okay. I'll see if I could share. Thank you for sharing that. That was such a treat. I loved it. Amazing. Okay.
And on the show, please do a translation too, or maybe play it once and translate. But I'm curious what the Persian parts say.
Yeah. How many people here are on the list? Maybe if there's time, I will translate it here as well. All right, but let's go through the list right now.
Okay, we have a 2 from Sketch, and then after that, it's just you on the list.
I saw Ali was on the list. Wasn't Ali on the list? Okay. Oh yeah, the Ali. Okay, so I see Ali is on the responses. Okay, so let's go through Sketch and Ali's responses, and then maybe if you guys want, I'll translate.
I'm downloading it. I'm gonna put it through the translator, and I want to put the Hebrew version or the Israel version through the translator too. See how well this works with music, how well the rhyme schemes work. But I think that's also a way to get to the American audience through music. And if it works out well, we can share it. And I want to see where it goes from there. But I'm already downloading that one, and I'm going to do my best to find the version against Hamas.
I'll link it to you in a second, Sketch, but it's got lyrics online with translations, so you don't have to do that. Okay, Ali, go ahead.
All right. Armin, I actually made another one, but this one's a short. So this one's 20 seconds or 25 seconds. So if you wanted to show something that would take less time, go for it. This one instead.
Okay, here. Let me share. So Ali, this is a short video he made.
He's really close to Donald Trump. He is really close to him. They golf together. They hang out. They talk all the time. He knows what President Trump is thinking. Now that he's saying this, he's coming on Fox News and he's saying this, it's almost a guarantee that we're going to see probably a couple 100,000 people of the Iranian people in Iran be armed so the next time they come out, they're not left completely defenseless, which they won't be anyway because there will be Israeli and U.S. drones and jets above providing support. He's really close to Donald Trump. He is really close to him. They golf together.
That's really good. So yeah, and actually that's a good video to share because it's a shorter video. But I do want to share your longer video, maybe on stream as well. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, you clipped out a good part of it. We need to figure out a format for your vertical videos that looks better, but we'll talk about that, right? All right, so let's go translate this video before I do some of my updates. Hopefully this works. I'll do the Persian parts. Okay, I don't know why this is not maximizing. Wow, it doesn't maximize for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, it's okay. It's not even playing. There's something wrong because I'm sharing it on two screens at the same time, and it's having. Oh, there. So he's saying this is a turning point. So they're shooting different people, Sapahi, Basiji, like IRGC, Basiji, like 1, 2. So Mujahid is MEK, Mujahid 1, 2, shoot them. So basically MEK counting your bullets, 1, 2 dead, 1, 2 dead, 1, 2 dead. So IRGC, Basiji, and then MEK. So Khamenei is dead, and the left, the communists are basically really angry. They're like raging. The commies, the left are raging because of what's happening. Talking about the reformers, both the reformers and the hardliners are losing. I am the royal army, the imperial army, the royal army of the king. That's what I am. I didn't understand that part. Is he speaking? I will keep fighting for Iran. I'm a gang. I'm a Savaki. I'm a member of Savaki. So we will do illegal things. We'll take back our Iran. You watch us. We'll take back our Iran. So we will roar like lions, which is actually a reference to the name Israel gave to the military operation. Oh, the lions roar and the dunk and the arzashis are. Okay, so ours is like the hey there, ar, that's the sound of a donkey. So it's like lions roar and the donkeys are. So this part is Hebrew. So yeah, Basiji 1, 2 dead. Sepahi, that's IRGC, that's the same. Oh, okay. So now I understand that part. You're saying the leftists, the communists are seething, they're angry. We don't want the reformers. Thank you very much. We don't want them. Oh, that's the guy that's remember this guy that was the guy who was crying and raji'un when he was crying. So that's that guy from the state TV. We don't like the basically the state TV saying rubbish. So this is the Hebrew. So Mushali went. Now Mujtaba is here. So he didn't turn into a cutlet. He turned into cardboard. I don't get this part. Mullah went khod kafa, like the kid is the person who made this. Like whoever was in the IRGC is now a cutlet. So a bazooka missile went and dropped on them, and they. So basically, they all. So we will come to Iran, and the news will come one day that Ghalibaf is also. That Ghalibaf turned also a cutlet. But these are different people who are saying he also turned into a cutlet. That guy turned into. So Hajis are there, cutlet turned into a cutlet. Soleimani turned into a. Salami turned. Shamkhani turned into a cutlet. But Shamkhani, look, he's removing his head because we know in the news that his body was found head. So, yeah, all the evil in Iran is turning into. So basically, I am the Persian gang. We are civilizational, like civilization. So wait, 2,500 what? Yeah, so this is a nation that is 2,500 years old. So yeah, by the way, Iranians like always would like to remind you of that we're 2,500 years old civilization, and that's a big deal, right? All right, let me bring everything back here. So yeah, that was the translation. But there were, to be honest, there were some parts of it that were so fast that I couldn't get, but I translated as much as I could. But go on.
Yeah, it's a really fast song. I checked, and the Hebrew version is copyrighted, so make sure to mute whenever they speak Hebrew. And it's easy to recognize because you see one of the two original artists on the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I used to listen to that song, the original Hebrew song. It's on my playlist. Yeah. And I have it as I have a folder on my computer in the music folder that says Israel, and this is one of their songs. And the other song in there is Am Israel Chai. So that one, I love that song. But yeah, this was great. Thank you for sharing this. I'm going to add this to my workout song now. Okay. So is it me again? Or is it anyone else?
Yes, it's just you on the list.
Okay. So let me just do this really fast because we have some updates regarding the UAE and we are entering a new world order. Okay. So let me share it on StreamYard first and then on school. All right. So Mark Levin said, this is big. And what he's referring to is this. The UAE and Israel have officially announced their strategic alliance. Okay. This is actually really big. Some of you might think, how is this big? We already had a normalization of ties between Israel and the UAE 6 years ago with the Abrahamic Accord. But normalization of ties is not at the level of strategic alliance. And this is officially being announced. This is breaking all taboos of Arab-Israeli cooperation. We have entered a whole new era by this announcement. Okay, strategic alliance is much, much bigger deal than just saying that, oh yeah, we are going to treat each other like normal countries. This is beyond that. We're buddies now. Okay, so it's not like they were going to be just trading and officially recognizing each other. No, we're buddies. Okay, and to have an Arab country around the Persian Gulf to be breaking this taboo to this point is an end of an era and the beginning of a new one, right? And then we also had StreamYard first and then school second. Okay, that's good. We also had reports that the President Pezeshkian, the Islamic Republic president, I'm just going to read it as is, okay? Whenever you hear Iran, just know it's Islamic Republic, okay? Iranian President Pezeshkian was furious with IRGC Commander Ahmed Vahidi over the attacks in the Strait of Hormuz. Against the UAE and Oman. By the way, guys, I don't know if you guys know they attacked Oman as well recently, which is crazy. Not that many people are talking about that, but that's insane. Which were carried out without the government's knowledge. By the way, this is not new. The IRGC always carries out operations without telling the government. The president has never been told on what the military operations are. Like the president in Iran always figures out what the IRGC is up to on the news along with the rest of us. So Pezeshkian called for an urgent meeting with Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei to stop the escalation, calling the attacks madness and total irresponsibility that could lead to irreversible consequences. So let me tell you actually what's happening. Pezeshkian is looking for Mojtaba and he can't find him. And he's desperately trying to find Mojtaba because he wants to convince Mojtaba to stop Vahidi. So Vahidi, remember, is the head of IRGC, Pezeshkian is the president, and Mojtaba is the Schrödinger's supreme leader. And Pezeshkian doesn't have access to them. Guys, it's not just us who don't know if Mojtaba is alive or not. Like, Pezeshkian doesn't know either. It's not like Pezeshkian somebody's mic is open. Ian, your mic is open. Mute your audio for you. All right. It's not like Pezeshkian doesn't have power, but he knows what's happening, right? He knows as much about Mojtaba as the rest of us, but he's desperately trying to find Mojtaba and talk to him if he's alive and get him to stop Vahidi from attacking the countries in the Persian Gulf. So that's interesting. And then we saw this. School stream at first in school. So Mark Levin tweeted Prince Reza Pahlavi, and Prince Reza Pahlavi's message to the Arab countries in the region, saying, to our Arab neighbors, our region is at a fork in the road. One path leaves the Islamic Republic in power and leads to further crimes against our people and yours. So Prince Reza Pahlavi is reaching out to the Arab countries around the Persian Gulf and saying the other helps Iranians reclaim Iran from its illegitimate regime and returns peace and stability to the region. And if you actually go to Prince Reza Pahlavi's account, you can see that he also posted this in Arabic, okay, which is a big deal. And then we also saw this. Okay, so look at this. UAE president says country will respond with strength to threats. So UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, or MBZ, and the rest of his name keeps going on, but you don't need to know the rest. It's just MBZ, okay? Said the country would respond with strength to threats to its sovereignty and security while praising the armed forces' response to Iranian attacks. So he says this year's anniversary is particularly proud occasion given the decisive role played by the UAE's armed forces in responding to the Iranian terrorist attacks, targeting civilians and civilian infrastructure. News agency WAM quoted him as saying in a statement marking the 50th anniversary of the unification of the country's armed forces, he said the UAE had pursued prosperity since its founding while responding with decisiveness and strength to any threats to its sovereignty, security, and the safety of its people and residents. And he continues saying the UAE, through the strength of its armed forces, the cohesion of its society, and the resilience of its development model, remains able to deter any aggression, confront any threat, and continue its journey of progress, he added. Okay, so this is not good enough, in my opinion. The UAE needs to declare war against the Islamic Republic. The fact that they haven't done so yet is what? But also, to escalate things further, so the Islamic Republic is desperately trying to show the world that it has teeth and that it could threaten. So that's why they keep going after the UAE. And to further demonstrate their deterrence capability, now we have the head of Kayhan news agency. So guys, Kayhan is the newspaper that is supposed to be the direct view of the office of the supreme leadership. So this guy, Ali Shariat Maduri, is the head of Kayhan News. By the way, I would like to remind you that the current head of the Kayhan News, which is the previous head of the Kayhan News, which was Mehdi Nasiri, who I interviewed on my Persian channel, if you guys remember, right? So Mehdi Nasiri was directly the head of Kayhan News is directly picked by the supreme leader. So this guy was directly picked by Ali Khamenei when he was alive as the head of Kayhan newspaper, and before him, Mehdi Nasiri was directly picked by Ali Khamenei as the head of Kayhan newspaper. And I interviewed Mehdi Nasiri, and Mehdi Nasiri was one of the few people who has met with Mojtaba Khamenei, and I interviewed him exactly about that. But whatever this guy publishes in Kayhan News is seen in Iran as the perspective of the supreme leader. So, for example, if Tasnim or Fars news agencies post something, that's considered to be IRGC perspective. If Raja News posts something, publishes something, that's considered to be the Paidari camp perspective. but there are some other papers that are supposed to be the Ghalibaf camp or the reformist camp. But this one, Kayhan, is the supreme leadership position, right? So let's see what he said. So the editor-in-chief of Iran's hardline Kayhan newspaper said on Tuesday that Iran could strike Europe as it had struck Arab countries if European bases were used by the United States. So Hossein Shariat Madari wrote that military bases in European countries made available to Washington can and must become what he called legitimate targets for Iranian attacks. He continues by saying European governments know we can strike and strike well. Shariat Madari wrote, he said Europe was highly vulnerable to Iranian attacks and had almost no ability to withstand them.
I had a question about who's next. Like, how many countries are going to be joining officially, recognizing, having a closer relationship with Israel? I think it could go further. That was one of my questions. And that was like the main question, who would be next? I have a suspicion that it would be Saudi Arabia because they called up real fast. But I think that might be difficult locally with the Wahhabi section. That was my main question.
Okay. The answer is that, first of all, the UAE, we're hoping that they haven't yet. So the UAE still hasn't officially entered war against the Islamic Republic. So who's next is the UAE. We're glad that the UAE is now officially declaring their strategic alliance with Israel. That's huge progress, but they're still behind on officially declaring war against the Islamic Republic. When it comes to who's next, what we want, maybe it's Iran. I don't know. Strategic alliance would be next. Iran. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if we can liberate Iran soon. But before, without not including Iran, I think there are talks that Saudi Arabia is so desperate to get United States to go be more confrontational and use more military operations against the Islamic Republic instead of just relying so much on the blockade. Behind the scenes, that they're pushing they're trying to lobby the Americans to just go all in. That I don't know how accurate these reports are, but some people suggest that they're trying to offer more investments to United States and other things. But one of the things that Saudi Arabia is offering, they're saying they're offering to United States, is to just recognize the state of Israel as soon as the job is done with the Islamic Republic. Without Israel moving towards recognizing Palestine as a country as a condition. So right now the condition seems to be like Saudi Arabia doesn't want to, but they officially say that the condition is for Israel making moves towards recognizing Palestine as a country. So they might drop that condition as a favor to United States and just recognize Israel. So let's go through the responses really quick because I need to go very fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm first. With respect to the Islamic Republic attacking European countries, I fully encourage them to go attack those defenseless Europeans.
Wait.
We all know that the Europeans, yeah?
Sorry,
I don't endorse violence, yes.
Okay.
But I respect their line of thinking, I'll say that. Because
Don't
we all know that
okay.
we all know that the Europeans are total cucks, but I think it'll be difficult even for them to simp for the Islamic Republic while they're getting missiles fired on them.
Okay, you're saying hopefully that will get Europe to get their act together and fight the Islamic Republic as well.